I've got to say this. I'm busting over here, and Brian probably remembers this.
You're what?
I'm about to bust to say this. I'm about to bust to say this.
Say it, Derek.
So we had a we were.
Well, hello. Take two went much better.
Much.
All right. Here we are for episode 22 of the Coffee and Ketchup podcast.
The double deuce.
I don't know about that. Oh, so very exciting. 22 episodes. I don't even know how many months and years that is. It seems like forever now.
It does.
That we've been doing this thing. Mm-hmm. We have been getting a lot of support from all of y'all. Again, as always, we appreciate that. Much of y'all's support goes to helping us continue to do this kind of stuff, continue to meet here at least once a week and sit on the camera for a little bit and swap stupid stories and share powerful stories from other people. And, you know, every now and then Derek will cover his face. So always good when that happens. Thank you, Derek.
Yeah.
If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to this channel. If somehow you saw this on Facebook or YouTube or somebody suggested it to you, or if you want to go apply to a job at Burger King and just ended up here instead, we'd appreciate it if you would just hit that subscribe button. You can do it one of two ways. Down to the bottom left of your screen, it'll say subscribe, and click on that. Click on the bell notifications where they turn all the way filled in. That way you get all kind of the notifications for our episodes coming out. Or in the bottom right hand of this screen, there should be a little mug or logo, and you can click on that and click subscribe, and you'll be in it to win it. Won't miss a thing. Make sure you've got that there. Be sure to like this video, like all of our other videos. Comment down below. Just tell us that we're doing good, we're doing bad, we're not doing anything. It doesn't really matter. All those engagements, those interactions help promote our videos and get it seen to more people. We would greatly appreciate it if you would just, like I said, drop us a like, subscribe, leave a comment, share it with your friends. If you don't like it, share it with your enemies. You know, help get the word out. We sure appreciate it. We are growing and growing and growing, and we are very grateful for all the support that you continue to give us each week thus far. Now,
Did I tell you about, we try to splice up the episode every week and make some TikTok videos out of it. And I did that on the site that we use, and every video came back with you and I in it visibly. But every time Derek would talk, instead of the camera switching to him, it would stay on you and I. And none of the videos that it spliced up and made for TikToks showed Derek's face with the mask on. It wouldn't pan over to him because he had the mask on.
From episode 20, from episode 21.
Yeah.
huh?
You know how it'll split the screen on the camera, you know?
Yeah.
It wouldn't do that.
I wonder why. I wonder if it,
man.
like AI sees your mouth moving or something like that and tries to
has to be something
attach
along
the
those
words
lines.
to it.
Yeah.
I did have Leslie reach out to me on Messenger yesterday evening, and she said, Saturday evening, and she said, I need to dress up like the Grinch during Christmas. She loved the mask.
Good.
She thought it was
good.
Was good. Anyway, I didn't tell
find
you
the
all
Grinch
that.
mask and go for
Yeah.
it.
You know. So.
Thanks
You
for
think
that
Sharon's
idea.
decorated yet?
Not yet. It's coming though.
Do we respect Thanksgiving in this household? Like weekend after, that's when Christmas decorations go up, right?
I can't remember when the kids and I usually do it. We just put a tree up. I don't put any decorations on it. It's just a tree with lights.
Okay.
Mom
you don't have ornaments on?
Mom will probably wait until closer to the end of November. Used to, she didn't.
Thinking, yeah.
Used to, it was.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work to do what she does.
Yeah, right after July 4th, she got started.
She had to.
Yeah.
That's July 4th.
It's the only time I'm ever allowed at their mom's house. Every year she's just like, yeah, come on, Chris, come look at.
Come on, Chris, I'm going to take you for a tour.
She loves to show off her
Yes,
wonderfully
absolutely.
decorated house with all the Christmas decorations. She loves to do that just a little bit more than she loves to keep me at an arm's distance. So she's just like, all right, yeah, you can take it to her. Come on. All right, get out of my house.
So talking about your Halloween mask, how's y'all Halloween go?
Yes, I want to hear this.
So, our older brother, Kevin, good friend of ours, Tony, we went over to Tony's house, and Tony had a chainsaw and a Jason mask, and Kevin just, he was the victim, I guess you'd say, and I was the cameraman. I was video, and then also had after we got through doing about 2 or 3 times, we got a karaoke machine, set it up on the porch, and I was also talking, doing hoo-hoo, ha-ha, stuff like that, into the microphone for the karaoke. We got a couple of good videos. It was a lot of fun. Kevin, who is 2 years older than me, he's 53, so he got winded rather quickly. By the time it was over with, he was holding I think it was his left hip, said he was sore, and didn't think he could do it anymore, and I'm sure Tony was tired too. I had the easiest job, just video and talking. So
what
fun.
exactly were you doing? So kids are coming, trick or treat.
They would go up and get candy from Dana and Kim, Kevin and Tony's wives. And,
So they were accomplices.
well, they were just up there.
This is like
they
a whole
were
family affair.
innocent. They were the innocent
They
ones.
weren't innocent. They knew what
They
was
were
coming.
giving away
House of
candy.
1,000 corpses or something.
They knew what was
And
coming.
Tony would be in the bushes right there, and all of a sudden I'd hear, and he's cranking the chainsaw. And then I was like hitting record. I was like, okay, it's go time. We tried not to scare the smaller kids. There was one that the mother was. We didn't realize it. I didn't realize it. There was a mother walking off the porch, and you could hear I'm sad to say, there was a small child in her arms, probably, I don't know, maybe 2. And that child was.
Was what, Derek? What was that child?
Come
Was
on.
the child happy, laughing, loving my first trick or treat,
Child was crying.
crying? Yeah.
I'm laughing because of you. I felt horrible.
Who's laughing, Derek?
felt
I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing.
I felt
It's not
bad,
funny.
man.
not
We
funny.
were going. The goal was.
Did you record it?
The goal
You
was.
felt that bad?
I didn't know that. I didn't know at the time. The goal.
Have
was,
you watched it a bunch of times since? Just listening to this kid cry. First Halloween.
You can find it on my TikTok for
We were
those
trying-
of y'all that don't know.
The main one. We were trying to get. I've got tears in my eyes now. We're 11.
So did that
12
kid.
We're
This is just called payback.
Y'all have that in common.
There were 11 and 12-year-olds. That was arranged in the 16-year-olds. It shouldn't be there. And there was one. There were some older ones
terrible.
that they chased all that. I video. They were running all the way into the road. They never slowed down. I swear they were fast too. They were fast.
They made fast people look not fast.
Look, nothing.
Oh my God.
Well, that's
So what was your
great.
part other than
Oh,
videoing,
that's
Derek?
fantastic.
I was just talking on the microphone.
So you had a karaoke machine set up?
Yes.
And where was the speaker?
I feel like I'm on trial.
You should
Mr.
be.
Thomas, where was
You
the
should be.
speaker?
You should be.
Speaker was on the porch.
So you said earlier in your testimony.
Let the record show that the defendant said the speaker was on the porch.
I was behind a big pine tree.
You stated your older brother that is 2 years older than you, and you're 51. That makes him 53. We're scaring teenage boys running into the streets.
Now, Your Honor, you just heard him say that he was hiding obvious signs of guilt, Your Honor. Obvious signs of guilt.
I didn't want them to see me.
I'll be honest, and the tears are fake today, Your Honor. No signs of remorse.
And
if you ask me.
the two female co-defendants never warned these children that their husbands were knelt down.
They facilitated this lie.
Sorry, Dana and Kim.
I never knew they were a part of it until now.
I didn't want to drag y'all into it.
It's
Listen,
okay.
we're going for everybody.
It's okay, girls.
We're going for all parties involved.
Subpoenas are on their way.
Their youngest daughter is underage. You cannot do anything to her.
We'll let the courts figure that out.
I won't mention her name on camera.
It's not our job, sir.
It was enjoyable. Nobody was harmed. Nobody was hurt other than Kevin and his hip.
Nobody was harmed.
Nobody
just
was.
a kid enjoying crying. Just
Kevin
wasn't harmful at all.
Kevin did run up to somebody that had their van door open. He ran up to their door and said, "Take me with you." Take me. Tony chased
Because
him.
he was the one being chased, right?
Yeah.
And he's running, and he's doing his arm. He's flailing his arms.
He said, when y'all were plotting all this, like 2 weeks prior.
He was right.
2 weeks prior.
Yeah, he said, because I was disappointed that I had to work, man. I would have loved to have been there. And he was, Derek was saying, why do I got to hold the camera? Why can't I be chased by the chainsaw? And Kevin said, because you ain't going to do it as good as I'm going to do it.
He was right. He was right.
Probably was.
That joker was in it, boy.
You gotta remember, man. If you want Derek to do something, just give him a microphone. That's where he's most comfortable. That's where he's gonna shine.
Yep.
You need some kids to cry? I know a guy.
He's got you.
I got you.
It was funny, and I know I've showed you one video, but I was behind it. Let me say this. I think I'll feel better if I get it off my chest.
Get it all out.
Stenographer over there.
Now that you put me out there and made me kind of feel guilty about all of it. We are doing it again next year.
I know you are. If you're free,
So I got on there.
you might be incarcerated.
I'm about to say he's in prison.
I covered up the microphone and I went, and I just kept doing it. And as them kids ran down the street, 2 of them, and I'd go, ha, 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 ha.
The one that you showed me, or you sent to me that night. When I got home from work, it was like, I don't know, 9:30, 10
You
o'clock.
sent me one
I showed it to you
like
the next
that.
day.
Was it the next
Yeah,
day?
I think I showed it to you. But when I got home, it was like 8:30, 9 o'clock, which is like 11:30, 12 o'clock for him because
Way past my
it's
bedtime.
way past
Sure,
his bedtime.
sure.
And I'm thinking he's like in the bed, and I'm kind of being quiet coming down the hallway, and I hear his phone and him laughing, and he's watching videos again
By yourself?
after he had just lived it.
Because I hadn't watched all
Where's
of
the one
it.
of that kid crying?
Come in here, look at this toddler we got.
Tyler won't ever trick or treat again.
He needed a diaper change once he left that porch.
When we got through, Tony did say, whenever me and Kevin and Kim were leaving, Tony goes, "All right, we'll do the same thing again next year. We'll be more prepared though."
Oh my gosh.
Hey, y'all have some extra actors if you need them, because we won't have to work next time.
Man.
That's
I'm not
good.
going to be there. I
That's
don't want no
good.
part of.
Oh yes,
This
you
ruckus
do.
that y'all
You'd
are
be
causing.
great at it. Being
You don't need your
No.
third strike, do you?
No, they're
being 7'2" though.
probably
you'd
still
be,
looking for me now.
Be a good addition.
That's all I
to
need
it.
is a little bit more evidence.
Oh, man.
You know how I did that courtroom scenario so well? Because I've been there 1,000 times.
In his seat.
Yeah, in the defendant's
Yeah.
seat.
Yeah. No doubt.
Man, that is funny. I'm glad you had a good time, and most of the children had a good time as well.
Yeah.
You know,
They'll remember it.
95% ain't bad. That's still passing.
That's pretty good. I'm glad y'all had a good time, D.
It was fun.
Oh man, have you ever seen the videos of? They used to do this back in the day. This is probably when I was growing up, where you would have somebody like dressed up as a scarecrow or like something like that, and they would just sit on the front porch. And so you'd come
Yeah.
up to like get the candy, trick or treat, get your
Yeah.
candy, like turn around and walk off, and all of a sudden the 3 scarecrows that were just sitting all randomly on the porch, one of them is not a scarecrow.
One of them's alive.
I was like, wow,
That'll get you.
that would scare the crap out of me.
Yep.
You know what got me in a haunted house one time was the room that's all white with the swirlies in black.
Oh yeah,
And they put a person over there with all white on
Yeah.
and swirled them up.
Yeah.
And I was on mushrooms, and they ran out at me.
oh yeah, ain't no way,
Yeah.
ain't no way.
That was the most intense haunted house I've ever been.
Yeah,
in.
anything that messes with your vision and something like that. Because
didn't
even
see
like
'em.
Montrose, you get towards the end where like the bus, there's
Yeah.
not really nothing. It's just a bunch of scary stuff and
Yeah.
people like jumping out. That's one thing.
Yeah.
But when you start like messing with lights or having people blend into it and throw mirrors in there,
Yeah.
that makes it's like an extra added element. Because like I know everything is fake and like walking through it, I know it's all fake. I know it's not real. But like when you start messing with my ability to kind of see reality, that it does add another level.
I
to
think
it.
it's because you can't really defend yourself properly.
Yeah, you
because
have no
you're-
idea really what's going on, you know?
Yeah. Yep.
Man, that's too funny. That's too funny. So I have a new mug today.
Didn't notice.
This is, you can't see what I built on it. It's a Lego mug. This is thanks to Keith, my brother Keith, who has provided probably 60 to 75% of the mugs I brought up on here. But, yeah,
Hey, how long did you work on
got that.
on
30 minutes.
I sat at the
was
table
at
upstairs
least
for probably half an hour.
30 minutes? I cleaned the grill. I
Well, he
folded
got
laundry.
here. He got here at 1:00. Falcons kicked off at 1. It was in the second quarter before he got finished playing with it. So.
Tuesday afternoon right now.
I was
I've been working on this thing for 48 hours.
I was like,
It moves though. Look at it.
he's
I don't
very
know why it moves, but it
passionate
moves.
about that, which is good.
Well, I started following the instructions, and then like this piece right here did not work right, and then I got frustrated, and then I just started putting stuff together.
And
But
then,
thanks, Keith. Thanks for the mug. I may try to build something over the next week or come up with something, man. It's very cool. I'm a nerd. I like it. Legos. But
Christian used
whatever.
to be in Legos, man.
huh?
Christian, my son, used to be in Legos.
So was Nathan.
And he would build them like we would go and he would I'd buy him a thing to put together, and then he would go home and he'd put it together in no time, and then I would display it in the house like it was
Yeah.
work of art.
because it was.
Yeah,
to
they,
me.
yeah, they
I
are.
get it.
Especially, man, if you look at Legos nowadays, man, some of those sets are hundreds.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
Hundreds of dollars.
Absolutely.
I know my son's got a couple of the Star Wars sets that are easily $80 to $200.
Oh yeah, go to Legoland and buy one and see what it costs.
Oh my God! I
you.
went to the one where was we at? Disney Springs. Is that a place?
It is now.
Yeah, Disney Springs. I think there's a Lego store there. We went when Shelly and I went on our honeymoon. Looking, we're going. We're gonna get Nathan something for Christmas. And it's $1,200
Oh yeah,
Star Wars set. And I'm just like, that is obnoxious. That's crazy.
the one I've been to in Atlanta. What's the real nice mall?
I don't know.
There's a really high-end mall there.
I hadn't been north of Dudley, so I'm not sure which one that is.
It's definitely like
Phipps
7 minutes
Plaza,
away.
is that a place? Phipps Plaza.
I don't think so. I know you got Lennox, but I would not consider
Maybe.
Lennox a nice one. I mean, it is a nicer mall. I'm not sure if it's as fancy as what you're talking about.
Anyhow, whatever I'm thinking about, it was a mall, and inside it there was a Lego land. And we went and took the kids. Yep, Phipps Plaza. A shopping mall on Peachtree Road in Atlanta. That's right.
Phipps it is then. Phipps for the win. Thanks for looking that up.
You betcha. Yep, see Lego store in Phipps Plaza. Look at that, boys, that memory.
How about
Yeah,
that?
I thought that was what it was. Yeah, it's a super, super nice mall. And inside they have a Lego land, and you can ride rides, and it's pretty wild, man. They have like the city of Atlanta built out of Legos. Like they had, like back then it was would have been Turner Field, and the dome.
I mean, I probably.
And the aquarium. This would have been in 2015 that I went. So Turner Field was
on his last leg.
yeah on its last leg, but it looked really good at Legoland.
First game was in 2018 in Truist.
Sure, man.
Yeah, I got no idea.
Sure, buddy.
Sure, but I think it was 2018 was the first season in Truist Park.
I was going something I felt like I needed to explain. From the last episode, y'all said something about me looking to the right because we were talking about something.
about something about
And I was just staring off to the right, and y'all said something about it, or they're a bunch of older generation.
Yeah,
folks,
because you're talking about the store, the minute market.
Yep, that's what it was, yeah. So I needed to explain the reason that I was looking to the right is sometimes I'll get distracted. We've got a 75-inch monitor on the right. And sometimes I'll get distracted because I'm just looking at it, and then I'll just, for whatever reason, just in a gaze. Just
Yeah.
That's what that was.
I got you.
I felt like I needed to explain that a little bit.
Hey, that's cool, man.
There wasn't a crowd full of people over here or anything. It's
Okay.
the big monitor. Anyway.
Looking for answers.
Yeah.
I didn't know what you finna talk about.
Yeah, I figured you did.
The monitor's distracting?
Well, it's like right now you're staring at it, see?
Yeah, I mean, it's all right. But
So
I'm a professional, so
Yeah, it's different.
I know how to do these things.
Yeah.
So
I just get
yesterday
captivated by them.
at the Georgia game, we were down watching the warm-up, and they put pom-poms on the hedges
This was good.
so everybody can come up and take pom-poms back to their seat. You can come down not on the field technically, but right there at the hedges and watch them warm up and take pictures and whatever. And so, by the way, they have this recruiting class coming in. You know, all these recruits, they're trying to recruit. I know this kid had to be 6'6", if he wasn't 6'7". Every bit of 300 pounds. Super big youngin'. And I could not get his name. I wanted to get his name. I think his first name was Jackson. So I'm trying to find who this kid is and what's the likelihood that they sign him, because he was almost as big as Amarius Mims. And when they did the dog walk, let me tell you something. They did the dog walk when everybody, and all these guys are huge anyway. But when they're walking, man, and you're actually like 5 feet away from them, 8 feet away from them, and you can see them up close in real life, and they're walking past you, and they're so huge. But then when he walks by, it's that much of a difference, man. What a big man.
Yeah.
What a big man. But anyway, we're sitting there at the hedges, and this lady comes up, and she says, she didn't say anything at first. She reaches past me to pick up a pom-pom. And then she touched me on my shoulder. She said, "Excuse me, can I get another pom-pom?" And I said, "Did you get one of these whenever you got the first one?" And gave her a card. Coffee and ketchup.
What an idiot.
Isn't that perfect?
You gotta
That's why he's the engine.
You gotta take one of these cards if you want a pom-pom. She goes, "Oh, I didn't know." I said, "Yeah, there's a QR code on the back. You scan that and you subscribe to that YouTube channel for the pom-poms. They're free if you do that."
Channel.
And she said, "Okay, well, can I get one for my mom too?" And I said, "You sure can, yes, ma'am. Just show her the card and have her do the same thing."
Have her register her pom-pom on YouTube, please.
I went into Kroger's a little while ago.
Yeah, they high now.
And
High as how?
I got a small one of the small buggies because I was only getting a few things. And there's this couple standing over there, and it looked like they were staring at me. And about that time, I'm looking, and I'm like, do I know those two people? So they motioned for me to come over there. So I walk over there, and as soon as I got up there to them, they're pointing up. And they said, both of them, "Would you mind handing us that right there?" They couldn't reach it. He was a smaller gentleman, too.
Did you give him a card and tell him that's what it's going to cost?
I didn't, but I started to. After I went down the aisle, I came back around. I said, "I did a favor for y'all. I need y'all to do a favor for me."
Hey,
I didn't do that, though, but I did. I reached up and grabbed some juice or something, and they said, "Thank you so much." And I said, "You'd be shocked at how many times this happens to me whenever I'm nowhere near as tall as Chris, obviously. But anyway, I should have taken advantage of that, just like you did. That's what made me think of it. I should have said, "Here, would you scan this card?"
Always watching.
And I would have kept the card, too. I wouldn't have wanted to give it to him because then that means I got one less card.
Right.
Jeremy thought that was clever of me giving that lady the card and working it around to trying to get a subscriber and a new viewer and follower on our podcast. But
I think even more clever
I think
than
I outdid
that.
myself.
Yes, you did.
I
know exactly where you're going to.
So Jeremy was impressed that you lied?
On the way home. Well, let's break this down. How did I lie?
He did.
What did you tell her? Did you get one of these with it? Did you tell her? What did you tell her about the connecting the YouTube with the pom-poms?
So after that, we were coming home and we stopped at Burger King. And they had this
I can't believe I read that story.
this
I was
plaque.
about to. I'm
I
glad you.
read the whole thing.
I'm glad you responded.
It was this plaque with this big story of meet a certain person. Basically, what was I didn't read it. What was it basically
Oh, it was about
saying?
this
He knows all
lady
about it.
who was working at a different
Convenient
fast food joint.
Okay.
And somebody came in and they just kind of like talked for a few minutes while she was taking her order, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, hey, if, let's talk about if you ever like to talk about maybe working somewhere else, something like that. And she kind of like didn't say nothing then, but he continued to come in. Eventually she talked. I guess they poached her from wherever she was working at and got her to Burger King, where now she's been there for like 17 years. And she is a regional manager,
Assistant restaurant manager, and to a restaurant manager. She's a restaurant manager, yeah.
Yeah, she's a manager. No.
And has been for the past 17 years.
Yeah, that's one thing. She's been for like 17 years.
Chris, I need to point something out.
I read it.
I'm extremely impressed at your ability to read something and retain the knowledge from reading that. Was it yesterday?
Last night.
Yeah. It wasn't like a long
That's
time
impressive.
ago.
You really read that, though. You read it very intently.
But and let Brian finish the story. I'll tell you. It is.
Before
an
you
issue
go
for me,
handing
though.
out, go handing out, you're so smart cards. Let's finish the story because I didn't read the story, but apparently the person that approached
It's
her
creepy.
handed her a business card.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, that's very interesting because I had a business card as well, which you all know is the Coffee and Ketchup logo on one side.
Right.
And on the other side is the QR code, which you scan, takes you straight to our YouTube channel. It's a great marketing thing that we've been doing. So I stuck it behind the plastic and between the story of the Burger King manager, restaurateur, and it says, why Burger King, and gives her story. And then there's a QR code, so anyone that's interested in
Applying for Burger King, welcome to Coffee and Ketchup.
thank you for finding us.
Hey, hit that subscribe button and then go to bkcareers.com.
I felt like I was halfway okay with that because they've called me BK since I was in junior high
It's
school.
pretty much your
There you
store.
go.
Yeah, I mean, and I let them have it their way when I go in.
Sure.
Why not?
That's all you got to do.
Yeah. I'm surprised that song don't play when I walk in the door. The king is here. The king is here.
What an idiot.
So I send that to these two guys, and then Chris sends it back to me and goes, and
Yeah, I was like, okay.
okay.
It's like this big plaque, dude, with like 4, 5, 6 good paragraphs about this lady's story, and then of course it's her picture, and then on the bottom right it's got the QR code, and I didn't think anything about the QR code. Like I didn't notice that it was ours or nothing like that. I just like read the whole thing like an idiot, and I was just like, all right. You know me, I thought he was going to be like, I think she'd be great on the podcast.
That's exactly what I thought.
I read it and I was like, how do I let him down?
Without reading it,
How do I shut this person down without like being like Brian? I think that's gonna be horrible. But yeah. So it wasn't anything about that. It was just a joke. Ha ha. But
Speaking of, we talked about it earlier, and I don't know, I was pretty proud of this because I don't do things that are very funny very often. I went to throw something in the trash, some junk mail in the trash the other day, and
Oh God.
in the very bottom of
he's finna light you up, bro.
in the very bottom of the can,
He's
they
waiting on this.
had just emptied it. I just thought this was, I don't know, I was kind of
Hey,
proud.
just tell your story.
The kids were proud. And so I looked in the very bottom of the can, and there was a water bottle in the bottom down there. And I threw the junk mail in the trash. And I took my camera, I took my phone, and took a picture. And just as serious as you could believe, sent it to Brian. What did I say exactly? I said, any idea? Something to the effect, I saw this in the trash. It appears to still have water in it. Any idea where this might have come from?
It appears
Because I'm like the water bottle Nazi around here. You got to put your initial on the top of it, and whose water
I
bottle
never
is
do.
this? And Colby was home this weekend. He looked in the refrigerator, and there's a bottle of water that Brian put 2 question marks on. And he said, "What is this?" Colby says, "What is this question mark on this water?" I said, "We don't know whose that is." He said, "Why don't you just pour it out, Daddy?" I said, "I'll get desperate at some point, and I'll just drink it because it'll be Colby or Shelby's." Or
I'll be one of them question marks one of these days.
Oh gosh! Anyway.
I think that water bottle had water in it. Any idea where it came from?
And Brian's response was, he was laughing face or something.
Laughy face and the dead face, and I said, "I stand guilty."
Which I knew the answer to the question.
Threw away
a
couple swallows in the water bottle.
No, it was half full. And I think Brian's guilty of doing that often. I'm really going to start paying more attention.
I'm going to have to start pouring it out before I put it in there.
Yeah. Put them on a water bottle ration. All right, now you get 6 bottles a
I
week.
used to do that to Colby all the time.
Buy a case, put BT on 6 of the tops,
That's it.
and
That's all
let
you
it
get.
and let it go.
Don't drink it all in one place.
Let it go.
You'll get a row. I'll get you just row on the left side.
Do y'all don't drink tap water?
No.
It's just the convenience of grabbing one. I mean,
I agree.
No excuse, but it's convenient.
Hey, listen, I will. Like, I don't really care. Well, my wife will not. She will not drink tap water. I don't know why. But like I don't care.
From now on, when you come in, if you will, just fill yours up there. In the
I will. Will you just leave mine in the fridge empty, and I'll just refill it every time I come in? Yeah, I don't get it. It all tastes the same to me. I don't really.
No, I don't. I used to drink out of the water faucet. That's the best water you can have.
That water hose, dude.
Yeah, that's what I meant. If they had a hose, if they didn't have a hose, cuz you hit them with the
spigot with
the God-given hand, God-given cup, son.
Have it turn on like.
That's that cup God gave you right there. You put them 2 hands together.
God-given cup. You know
that ain't just for Allstate, son.
That's that hand mug.
That's when you've been playing 2-hand touch or tackle football outside there and wiffle ball all day in the summertime, boy. You know,
all natural.
Yeah. Hey, get up on there and get some of Mr. Bobby's water, boy.
I'm gonna call about this tree. Ooh. I'm coming. Come in. Butt crack plumbing. I'm looking for the tree service. Yeah, that's what I meant. Timber tree service. I was seeing if you could come look at a tree for me next week. I could squeeze you in, man. I think I could squeeze you in.
Poor Peyton. Don't get tricked like Peyton. Call someone you can trust, like Buckeye Preferred Services. Over 35 years in the industry of tree work and removal, they are cutting out your problems, and you can reach them at 478-484-2178 or 478-278-5574. Also, we have got our black t-shirts in stock if you would like one, or if you like the advertising that we just did and would like to learn how you can advertise on our channel, you can reach us at coffeeandcatchuppc at gmail.com. Now, back to the podcast.
We used to have this neighbor, bro. We grew up in probably the best neighborhood ever known to man, dude. Wow. We did. We had I think it was like 14 kids in one square block. 13, 14, and within 5 years of each other in age. No kidding. No kidding. In one block, man. No kidding. And
how many blocks?
Just one square block. Not even a rectangular block, cuz a square block. One square.
All right there.
One square. I can get on Google Maps right now and show you. I can point out the houses and tell you which kid lived where.
I believe you.
Which ones I liked and which one was part of which one was part of the gang and which one was exiled.
Exiled. One of them didn't make the cut.
They didn't make the cut. Sorry, buddy, you don't have a trampoline or a pool. We got both.
Oh man.
And a go-kart track. You're not invited.
Oh man,
we used to play war. We used to play war, man.
What was war?
War is when you take all of your fake guns that you had gotten over the years that they were in your room in
Sure.
the toy box,
Yeah.
and you'd go and you'd all meet together at like 8:30 on a Saturday morning, and you'd put all the guns in the yard, and then you would divide up into 2 teams, and then you'd take turns picking a weapon. And then you would go in the whole neighborhood or the woods or whatever there was we would have boundaries set up, and okay, you can go here, you can't go here, you can't go here, and we would try to like do these little Vietnamese sneak attacks.
He's serious.
100%.
Oh, no, I fully
bro.
believe it.
And we would dig holes. Like we had this one set of woods where we had a hole in it. It was deep enough for us to stand into about our chest.
Yeah.
We had worked on that for a long time.
Long time.
We did the same thing kind of in Macon, except they weren't fake guns.
That's called a gang war.
Yeah, and I was going to say, and it would be like, no, I want to be the Bloods this weekend.
No,
my
That's how we do it.
Yeah, that was a game called gang. Ours was called war.
Yeah, we were 11 and 12.
Y'all want to play gang this
That's
weekend?
called criminal gang activity, actually.
No.
We
And
did.
then when you jump out behind like a tree or something, if Derek's like walking by and I jump out and he doesn't see me, and I'm like, bow, 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 I got you. Then
Derek's
he has
dead.
to fall.
Derek's done.
He has to fall for kind of like what y'all do on your little shooter games.
And you respawn.
You
You're
respawn
dead for a
after-
second.
I think it was a 2-minute count, something like that.
Okay.
To give the perp, if you will, time to flee and to hide again.
Sure.
So
Now, go ahead.
I've got to say this. I'm busting over here, and Brian probably remembers this.
You're what?
I'm about to bust to say this. I'm about to bust to say this.
Say it, Derek.
So we had a we were probably, I don't know, I'm gonna guess I was 12, so Brian's 10, and we had some rocks. They were about yay big.
Oh Lord.
Crack?
That was later on.
That's a massive chunk of crack.
No, it was
about 10 years later.
it was white rocks, and they were about this big.
What I just said.
And we had, I don't know what possessed this. Obviously, we weren't thinking. We had a rock war, and we had a neighbor who was older than
He was
us.
17 probably.
He was older, yeah. So,
He played football
and
for high school. He was a big kid.
yeah, and we obviously looked up to him. Again, we were probably, I don't know, 10 and 12 maybe. And anyway, I came out from our little building, our little shed, and when I went to throw one of the rocks, I got hit square between. Wasn't it me that got hit?
Yeah, it was you.
I got hit square between the eyes with a rock that he had thrown. And I remembered blood just pouring down my face and screaming and hollering and running inside to tell Mama. And, of course, our next-door neighbor was the guilty party because he threw the rock, hit me square between the eyes. But we were the idiots out there doing it to begin with.
We probably asked him if he wanted to play.
I'm sure we did because we looked up to him and we wanted to be his friend, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, why in the world did we think having a rock war was a good idea?
Stupid.
I don't know why. Anyway, I just remember.
I remember
getting
that.
hit split right between the eyes.
I remember that.
Did you beat him up later?
He was a big dude.
He was a big. He was like the quarterback for the football
Me
team
and Brian,
in private school.
if we would have both jumped on him, I don't think we would have stood a chance. Because we were probably 10 and 12. Anyway, that's it.
You don't think a 10-year-old can beat up somebody bigger than him?
Well, this
How many
guy was-
10-year-olds do you think he can beat up?
He's like most of them.
I'm sitting here going, where's
How many 10-year-olds do you think it would take to like beat you up?
Where's he going? with this?
You're the one
At
scaring
one time,
2-year-olds for
like-
trick or treat.
like-
They want the revenge.
You mean like if a gang of 10-year-olds roll
yeah,
up?
yeah. Like if
This sounds
how,
like
how many is it going to
Step
take
Brothers. This is
And,
like-
to whoop your
like,
tail?
so if you're like, okay, let's just picture this. You're sitting at your house
Right.
grilling on a Sunday, and all of a sudden you see the Diaz's come up. That's 10, right? Diaz.
Diaz, yeah.
So it's a gang of 10-year-olds, 8 of them.
Diaz gang.
And they're like, hey,
8
man.
of them?
10 of them. 10 tens.
Keep going.
10.
Nah, bro, I don't know. Like,
And
what,
they
like
roll up, man. They're
100?
like, hey, what you got on the grill, homie? And you're
Brian-
like-
Brian's encountered this before. He's telling a story. He's just leaving names out.
I asked you a number, like rhetorically. He has a specific number. He knows exactly how many
What would
10-year-olds
you
could beat
do,
his
though?
ass.
10
And
tens.
three of them are on bicycles.
Hit him in the middle of the face with a rock.
You don't have any rocks.
I'm at my house.
But you're at the grill, bro. You're nowhere near the rocks.
What am I cooking?
Steak that they want.
Charcoal. They're getting hit with charcoal.
Okay. It's hot. I tried. I reached in there for the charcoal. I had three of them on my legs because that made me fall over.
Those are different.
And it was like,
You're talking about out there at Scott or whatever?
all I could do was cover my face.
Those are different kids out that way.
Is this?
Those kids, man. Those are like
I don't
4-to-1
fight
ratio.
them
This sounds like Step Brothers. Whenever the two of them were walking home, never mind. I just saw it the other night.
You just saw it? Like, not for the first time.
No. It just came on the other night, and I was just happy to sit there and watch some of it. I've watched it before.
Call me Dragon.
Hello, Miss Lady.
Hello, Miss Lady.
Anyway.
That's too fun. Yeah, but it would take a lot of 10-year-olds to take me down.
That's a lot of 10 years.
It would.
Well, you're 6'5".
Yeah. Probably like 100.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
Probably like 200.
Now, if they
Are they
if they
smart
call
10-year-olds?
No.
Can they like put a plan together?
No.
200.
But they gon' if they call their big homies up, the Big 12s.
No,
It's
that's
over with,
all different now.
It's over with,
Listen.
because these jokers right here, they're a step away from teenagers.
Yeah, they
You know, they're just trying to survive to
They
get to that
almost
last
there.
year, man, so we can make it to teenagehood.
They got 3 armpit hairs.
You are-
They're ready to beat somebody
They
up.
ready for it, son.
You are killing me.
They ready for it.
12s.
It's better than 10-10s, because you see them coming, boy. You hear them sticks scrape. You hear them sticks scraping down the street. Everybody inside.
Oh, my God.
But we're grilling, Daddy. I said inside.
Get inside, boy.
You do realize I'm going to be scared to grill. I'm going to be looking around the
It's finna be a
bushes. Right?
drive-by. You finna get beat up by 10-year-olds.
Chris, you gonna hang out today till we get that grill done?
No, I'm out of here.
You said you can take
Listen,
them.
I have left the gang
Listen,
life
they-
behind. I
they-
don't want no more part of it. I'm out.
Chris, they said they're coming back, man.
Listen, I'm out. Y'all are trying to drag me back into that life, man. I'm not into no more.
That dude was riding off that bike last Sunday, eating that steak, hanging out of his mouth a little bit. Said, "We'll be back next Sunday."
Hamburgers, please.
Cook mine a little bit longer. What the hell happened?
I don't
We are
know.
officially off the rails.
Yeah, I don't even know. I guess I might have started it though. I'll take the blame for that. Asking how many 10-year-olds I think would take for it to beat them up.
We did. We had a great childhood, getting hit with rocks and playing water.
Busted in the face with rocks,
Yeah.
and Derek saying he's about to bust. Anyways, thank you all for tuning in for this. We'll call it an episode. I think technically it is an episode.
I can't believe we went as long as we did.
I can't either. We were upstairs before we got started, and we were all just like, well, I don't know what we're going to do. I don't know what we're going to talk about. We pretty much just had like the Halloween thing from Derek, and that was it. And Derek was just like, we should come down here and just let them know, that we're not sure what we're going to talk about. We're not just going to make stuff up and just come down here with just, terrible lies, and just, we care about the quality of our content. And if it lacks a little bit today, we should just be upfront about it. And I was just like, Darren, that's not true. I don't care about the quality of our content at all.
True
I'm in this
story.
thing for likes and subscribes and money.
True story.
Money. You know how much money I've made so far? None. I think I've lost money.
Would I count this as a fourth job?
Yeah.
I count this as a second job.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
I guess I got 4 then.
Yeah, absolutely. This is my second. This is my part-time job. We're about to hit salary renegotiations for too long.
Agreed.
But anyways, agreed.
We do have some guests lined up, though.
Thank God. Yeah. I can't think of any of them right now, but we do. And we're going to get them out there throughout the month of November. We're going to have some more guests on, so it's not quite just us rambling like it was today and in previous episodes. But stay on the lookout for that. Be sure to tune in when we have those exciting guests on.
Did you tell them we sold out of T-shirts?
We are sold out of T-shirts.
We can do another order. So if you're interested in a black T-shirt, let us know down in the comments.
Yeah, and I started to do the Etsy thing, and it asked me a question. I was just like, that password's taken, and I punched the computer, and I haven't been back on since. But I'm gonna figure it out. Yeah, man. You fix it for me. Yeah, that's what we need.
He's gonna try to barter with the 1010s
Yeah.
and give him that instead of his food.
Etsy's gonna be like, we charge $3.95 per item for our fee. Derek's gonna be like, that's high as a cat's.
Those young
More like
don't
Kroger wouldn't charge about $2.95. But yeah, so all that's kind of in the works. Let us know in the comments. Email us if you think that you would like a black or white T-shirt. We can look at doing another order like that until we can get this Etsy thing started. Just let us know. Let us know. We're gonna hold off until we get enough people to say they want them. But if you do, please let us know, and we'll go ahead and start getting a list up. Thank you as always to Buckeye Preferred Services, the #1 tree service provider in the universe. Over 35 years experience. You saw that ad earlier. That is who you want to help you out with anything tree, limb, branch related. Those are the guys. Give them a call.
We got something coming up in December that you two don't even know about, but we're going to be doing some promotional stuff in December, and we're going to have some giveaways, so stay tuned for that.
Are we getting paid? Derek and Brian will be doing stuff in November.
Promotional stuff. I'm actually on vacation all December. It's gonna be fun.
No, I mean, it is a good time. But I think with that, we're gonna go ahead and shut this thing on down. Y'all enjoy the rest of your week, and we will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.